Hey everyone, this is Imran Bukhari. I am Microsoft Certified Excel Expert and Trainer, and today in this tutorial I have come up with 40 Excel keyboard shortcuts. So the theme behind these keyboard shortcuts is actually to increase your productivity. So these when you use them at the right time in the right manner, they are gonna take your productivity to the next level. And these are actually the keys on your keyboard, and when you use them in combination with either with control key or with shift or with alt, and sometimes in combination with these three keys, so you actually end up doing much faster, you end up doing your work much faster than if you do the same thing by using either mouse or by using the Excel menu. So what are these shortkeys and how these keys are used? Let's move to Excel and let's practice them and see what they actually do. Okay, I'm here in my Excel sheet, and as you can see, I have listed all these 40 keyboard shortcuts right in front of my practice data, and I will provide this file as a downloadable link for your own practice. Let's start from the first one, which is my favorite one, and that is pasting values. Here I have got some formulas. If I copy them and use as and paste as values by using Alt ES V and enter, there is another method of doing the same thing. By the way, Control Z is to undo. There is another method which is Alt H V V. Actually, what this shortkey has done, Alt H V V is not a standard shortkey. When you press Alt key, it activates in your entire menu, and you can see all these, the capital alphabets. It's not necessary to press that particular letter with the shift key. It's just a denomination. And when I used like H for home, and for paste special there is V, and then again for pasting values there is another V. So this is a method of creating your own shortkeys in Excel. If you are not able to find a standard keyboard shortcuts, you can follow this method and you can create your own keyboard shortcuts. The second one is pasting formats. I copy this cell, and if I use Alt EST, I can paste the formats of this cell on my selected cells. My fourth shortkey is actually freezing panes. So if you press Alt W FF, you can freeze the panes, and if you use the same combination of keys, Alt W FF, you actually unfreeze the panes. My next shortcut is selecting the column. You can press Control Spacebar to select an entire column. For inserting new column, you press Alt IC, and if you want to delete that column, you select it again and press Control minus to delete it. In the same manner, you can add a new column by pressing Control plus. The next one is selecting an entire row, which you can do by using Shift and Spacebar. And here again, in the same manner, if you press Control plus, you insert a new row, and if you press Control minus, you delete that particular row. For adding a new row, you again have another shortcut, which is Alt IR. Next one is actually to repeat your last action. As you saw before, if I enter a new row, and now if I need more rows, I do not need to use Control plus. If I just press F4, I can keep on repeating my last action until I perform any other one. Next one, F4 key has another function, which is to fix the cell references. Here, if I want to calculate the bonus amount, salary times bonus rate, and to lock that K3 cell, I need to press F4 key. So in this manner, F4 key has two functions. F2 key is used to edit that any particular cell or any formula. Next one is auto fitting column width. So Control A to select the entire table, and Alt OCA to auto fit column width. The next one is about creating a data validation list. If when you press Alt DL, you can create data validation list in any cell. So this is very handy shortcut, which is Alt DL. Next one in my list is hiding a column and a row. To hide a column, you just press you just click anywhere in that particular column, and you press Control 0. And to hide a row, you click anywhere on any cell, and when you press Control 9, it actually hides the entire row. And if you select multiple rows and multiple columns, and perform the same steps, you can hide multiple rows and multiple columns at the same time. Next one in my list is actually inserting a new worksheets. When you press Alt IW, you can insert a new worksheet. It is very easy. It is very handy. Next one is formatting any date. Here you are actually looking at a number. It's not a number, it's in fact a date, and every date has a number behind. If I press Control Shift and the hash key, it formats that particular number or any date, like the dates that you are looking at in this column. If I select any combination, or if I click on any date and I press Control Shift and hash key, which is in fact a key which is on top of your the number 3, I can format that particular date very easily. For getting the general format, to get the general format of any number, I use Control Shift and the tilde, and this is the key which is left to your key 1, which actually creates any any cell to its basic formatting. Here if I use Control Shift tilde, it actually converts 8% to 0.08. For formatting any number to percentage, you can use Control Shift and the percentage key, and you can also do the same by if you activate the format cells dialog box, that you can do by pressing Control 1 key. Okay, next one in my list is actually so the next one is actually about finding and replacing cells and values. If you use Control F, you can activate the find and replace command, and when you press Control H, it directly lands you to that particular box where you can find anything and you can replace it with any other number. For creating a entire new workbook, you can use a very easy to remember shortcut, which is Control N. And if you want to close any worksheet, you can press Control W. If that particular workbook will be unsaved, that you can see, if I use Control W here, it will ask you either to save it or not to save it. For saving, you press Control S, and for using save as command, you press F12 key on your keyboard. It is very handy. It is very easy to use. For printing any worksheet, any workbook, the very easy to remember shortcut is Control P. And if you want to undo any particular change, like if I delete these cells and if I press Control Z, it will undo my last change, and here if I press Control Y, it will redo my undo. For inserting any chart, a very easy method to insert a chart is actually selecting your data and pressing Alt F1. By the way, delete is to delete an entire chart. So what is in my list is next in my list is actually inserting hyperlink. Very easy shortcut is Control K to insert any hyperlink. And for doing spell check, if you are not sure whether there are spelling mistakes in your data or not, you just press F7 key. Here I have selected data. If you are doing this by selecting your data, this spell check will only work on the selected data. F7 is the short key for using that spell check. If you want to open Excel options, you can do so by Alt TO combination, and there is another method which is Alt FT, and you will land on the same Excel options page. Well, the second last and again and another my favorite short key is actually applying filter, applying and removing the filter icon. Click anywhere in your data and press Ctrl Shift L. That will immediately apply the filter icons, and if you press the same short keys Ctrl Shift L, they will remove the filter icons. And my last and the most favorite one is to actually add an auto sum anywhere on your data. So if you press Alt equal to, you can easily and you can very quickly add sum to your to your columns, to your rows. It depends where your active cell is. That was all about my list of top 40 Excel keyboard shortcuts. I will come again with another topic and with another tutorial. Until then, take care.